Welcome to the Living in Bellevue, Washington channel. This channel is all about what it's like to live in Bellevue, Washington. I tell you the up, down, left, right, everything there is to know about living in Bellevue, Washington, what it's like to eat, sleep, breathe, play, and everything else in between right here in Bellevue, Washington. If you're not new here, welcome back. Thank you for being here. My name is Silva. I'm a real estate agent right here in Bellevue. And look, I get so many calls from people who are looking to move to this area, texting, calling, emailing. You can do the same thing. If you are headed this way out to Bellevue, Washington, you can text, you can call, you can email, you can hit that calendar link down below and get on my calendar right away. We've got you covered on your move to Bellevue, Washington. One of the things we're talking about is living in Bellevue, Washington, and it would be a huge mistake to completely miss the biggest and shiniest and most sparkliest part of Bellevue, which is the city within the park. So Bellevue is really unique because it has lots of neighborhoods, small neighborhoods with small yards, older neighborhoods, newer neighborhoods, equestrian neighborhoods, neighborhoods with acre lots. But what they also have is a very urban area. They have buildings ranging from 2 stories to 5 stories to 10 stories, 20 stories, and all the way up to 40 plus stories. We have 4 buildings in downtown Bellevue that are just over 40 stories tall. And those are a huge asset and part of what makes our skyline so beautiful in Bellevue. Something we need to talk about. So you've decided to come to Bellevue, Washington, and you are coming from or prefer a more urban setting. We have Seattle, which is the closest city to us, and we also have downtown Bellevue. And Bellevue, like I said, is pretty unique in that we have lots of neighborhoods and lots of small town feeling areas where you can have that sense of community, but we also have a really urban center. Maybe you prefer Bellevue because Seattle's a little bit too trendy for you, or maybe the stories of crime rising in downtown Seattle are too much for you. If you want an urban setting, Bellevue is a great place to go. We have a lot of culture, a lot of music, a lot of dining out, a lot of activities, but it's also got a really low crime rate. It's a very, very safe city, and it's also very, very clean. Bellevue is kept beautifully clean by the city. One of the things to think about if you're coming from an urban setting, perhaps you already have a car, perhaps you don't have a car, maybe you're coming back from a different country, or maybe you are from a different country and you don't want to transport a car, or maybe you're coming from a place and you just don't want to bring your car with you. If you live in downtown Bellevue, you certainly have the option to live without a car. There is a pretty consistent bus route. Buses usually go about every 30 minutes. You can probably walk shopping, dining, parks, schools in 15 to 20 minutes or less. And you can get around with bus. If you need to go somewhere else, you can always take a Lyft or an Uber. If you wanted to get out of downtown Bellevue, take a day trip or a hike or something, you can always rent a car. In the next hopefully 6 months to a year, the light rail system will also be up, and it will have some stops in Bellevue, which will also make getting around Bellevue and out of Bellevue a little bit easier. So having a car is really an option. You could come to Bellevue and you can live without a car for at least a short while of time and see if that works for you, because between work and shopping, dining, and everything else, you should be able to get around fairly easy by public transportation or even by walking. I should also add that biking is pretty prevalent in the Pacific Northwest. We have lots of bike pathways alongside the roads for bicyclists. Lots of people ride bicycles, not just for pleasure, but as transportation in downtown Bellevue and around the Pacific Northwest. There are bike pathways on the roads, like I said, and they are always expanding these and making them safer and better for bikers. Let's talk about living downtown. We have, like I said earlier, we have 2-story buildings, 5-story buildings, 10-story buildings, 20-story buildings. We have a couple of buildings up to 42 and 43 floors tall. may not be as tall as some of the skyscrapers out there, but for Bellevue it's been good enough so far, and the city keeps growing and expanding their footprints on some of the older builds and making them taller yet. One of the most common or favorable buildings are the Bellevue Towers 1 and 2. They are 42 and 43 floors respectively, and they have over 500 condo units and 8 floors of underground parking. There's a lot of retail stores in the bottom floors and lots of condo living upstairs. None of the penthouses are currently available. You can get some of these higher floors currently on the Northwest Multiple Listing Service. There is a condo, I believe, at floor 38 available, priced at just under $4 million. 1,800 square feet, I believe. Anyway, if you're ready for that one, we can look it up. Like I said, there are 2 towers. There are 2 other towers, Lincoln Towers 1 and 2. There are some other buildings that are quite tall as well. Most of them are office buildings, corporations, not residential, but of the residential buildings, those are the tallest. If you want to live in a condo in downtown Bellevue, you can get into something smaller buildings, obviously lower floors. You can get in as low as $550,000, and the higher up you go, the higher the price goes. But we have some beautiful views, rooftop gardens, dog amenities, pet relief areas on the roof. The Bellevue Towers are unique because they are the largest residential LEED certified building, meaning that they have dual flush toilets, they have efficient glass facade, they have low flow plumbing fixtures. They've done a lot of things to incorporate green living within those buildings. So although it's very modern and beautiful and has all the amenities you can want, it's also better and safer for the environment. So again, if you are interested in living in downtown Bellevue, my team and I are happy to take care of you. You can call us, you can text us, you can email us, you can hit that calendar link down below and get on the calendar as soon as possible, and let us help you find your forever home right here in Bellevue. We look forward to hearing from you.